All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to SDS Round 3, where we are live in Cinnaminson, New Jersey for the third round of the Scale Drift Series. As you can see behind me, it is the Scale Drift Series. That means we are the small version of Formula Drift or the drift games around here in New Jersey. And we are here for some exciting battles. We got a great top 32 lined up for you guys at home. But make sure you stick around because we have upgraded our camera, which means that you guys get better high quality entertainment as soon as you click on this live stream. So we're going to be getting started up very soon. So just hang on tight while we figure out some stuff here.
That is your line, Judge. If he tells you to stop, you stop on him. Nobody else. Don't listen to the crowd. Only Anthony can tell you to stop. All right. All right, drivers, you ready? Wait. Next read.
And there's your little bit of a delayed start, but here we go with Kyle in the lead with Chris in the chase. Kyle's going to give a good start to the line. Unfortunately, it looks like it's going to throw Chris off just a bit into this outer zone. Whoa, what the heck is going on? Cars are shutting down and drivers are trying to clean it up out here as we go into the Dreamland miniature crowd and now transitioning smoothly over to the final outside zone. Is it going to be a good finish? Oh, looks like an overcorrection by Chris. And let's say okay run. Definitely needs some cleanup on aisle 3 of this track. But let's see what we do when we swap these drives around with Chris in the lead and Kyle in the chase.
Drivers, wait up. Next read.
All right, it's a good start by Chris. Here we go into that first outside zone. Nicely done. Here we go following the dotted lines all the way through. Going into the wall. There is some gappage going on between Chris and Kyle right now. Chris, now that he's in the lead, is taking advantage of having nobody standing in his way. Kyle is trying to cut up the track in order to catch up. But Chris is, thought he was going to over-rotate, but it looks like Kyle over-rotated instead in that area. Well, while it was a bumpy ride, I think the judges do have a decision, which is...
Chris moves on.
Chris is going to be moving on, ladies and gentlemen.
So, I don't know if you guys saw, it's that Chris had won, but it was a 0-0. Here's Alex's explanation.
we would have had 2 full pulls, but you got a lead by Chris. Not the greatest, but he did finish, so Chris moves on.
Thank you very much for the explanation. And now we are going to be moving on into the next battle, which is it the first battle of the top 32?
It's Zach versus Jeff. Zach versus Jeff.
Zach versus Jeff. All right. Test, test. Trying to adjust mic volumes here. Check, check. All right, let's see if this works. Stand by, folks. We have some issues going on with the microphone, so we'll be right back.
I heard that. Well, that's what's written on that paper.
Tomato, tomato.
Whatever. All right. Here we go. Drivers, you ready? Next screen. Switch sides. Hey, where's my music, dude?
We do need the music just slightly in the background, which I think, did we physically lower it on the speaker?
Yeah, but you can change it on your phone.
Stand by. We're still dealing with some technical difficulties out here.
All right, drivers, you guys ready for the second half of the battle? Hold up, waiting for our judge. All right, there we go. Wait up. Next screen.
Alright, folks, here we go now. We've got some tunes bumping, we've got cars sliding. Let's see what's going on here. Whoa, a little bit of a rocky finish as we go into this final zone. Drivers are trying to swap sides as we pass through the finish line. And it's a bit of an
Right in the same area. If it was different, we're sitting in the back. We're sitting in the back. They both kind of crashed in the same. One a little further, but it still wasn't that great. All right, we switching sides. Switch sides. Chris is in the lead again. And all you got to do is a full pull. All right, drivers, shake it off. Second half. Ready? Next screen.
Now go with both drivers swapped on the side. We got Chris flying in the lead and flying the chase. Here we go into the outside zone, past the Dreamland crowd. Woo! Enterprise closing in the gap as we go into the final outer zone. Can we ride that ball all the way through? It looks like it. Beautifully done. Henry can do in that chase position. I know he's a good lead driver, but the man has a secret weapon when it comes to the chase.
All right, drivers, shake it off. Next green.
And here we go with Zach in the lead. Henry in the chase. Looking good. It looks like Zach is just flying away scot-free. Meanwhile, Henry is trying to do his best to catch up. That 400C might be a little bit overpowered, but Henry has the power to commit and to catch up. But Zach's car looks like he's pulling away as fast as he can with a good finish. And here comes Henry with a little bit of a wall ride to cross the finish line.
All right.
Good job, buddy.
It looks like team outrun. Zach moves on. Zach moves on.
Zach had outran Henry in that lead position. I told you I'm coming out with the hot outrun jokes right now. More to come later, but who do we got up next?
Alex Domino versus Chris.
Oh,
Is this for?
This is for 32. And it's Miguel versus Zach at 30.
All right, this is for the 32nd spot in the top 32.
Chris, you lead Alex in chase.
Alright. That's good. No? Yeah, it's good.
How's the live stream? All right, drivers, you ready? Should be warm. Next green.
and here we go with Chris in the lead. Alex Domino in the chase. Looks like Alex is getting some gaps off right now, but he is catching up by the wall side. Here we go with a smooth transition into the Dreamland crowd. Wow, Chris is putting on a phenomenal show. Bumper to the wall, absolutely committed. Here we go for that second wall ride up. We got a bit of a wall tap. Alex staying close behind and mimicking the transitions, and it looks like the angle as well. Now let's swap sides with Alex in the lead and Chris in the chase.
All right, drivers, shake it off. Next green.
Now here we go with Alex in the lead, Chris in the chase. Looking good from Chris. He's trying to get close to Alex Domino, but Alex trying to run away as he goes through the Wallow zone into the chicane, and now coming up into the Dreamland crowd. Ooh, almost looks like he cuts it short past the outside zone there. He's attempting to get back online and run that wall all the way, but Chris is right behind him as he James Deans it across the line. For those of you at home who are unfamiliar with the James Dean term, that means you are not parallel with your opponent while you chase.
So it's unanimous. Domino moves on.
Alex,
I don't know why I couldn't see that, Howard.
to the top 32.
Zach versus Miguel. Miguel lead, Zach in chase.
After them, I'm gonna go turn off my car because I thought I was gonna right now.
We don't need to worry about this right now. It's 40-32.
So bring it over here.
Just bring it over.
Hold on, guys. Get ready. Next green.
Here we go with Miguel versus Zach. Zach coming out with a fiery start out of the chase, but Miguel can keep it nice and calm as it goes into the wall. Keeping that rear end all the way out there for style points, but Zach is also back here mimicking the transitions. A little bit of gap sauce is being applied, but Zach is back on it. Miguel is unfazed as they go into the final wall ride zone. Miguel keeping a cool line as Zach gets aggressive and pushes him across there. Holy smokes. Now we're getting some driving here. All right. Finally, I'm liking it.
All right, drivers. Next green.
We now go with Zach in the lead, Miguel in the chase. Woo, it looks like a fast round with Zach as he's taking charge in this. Miguel is still right there. He just needs to become a little bit parallel. Whoa, almost looks like cars are shutting down, but they turn right back on as we go through the Dreamland miniature crowd. We got Zach with a little touch and go from that outside transition box. Now into the front locker zone. Miguel finally looks like he's catching up, and then both drivers go across the line with a good finish. As we get closer to the top 32, folks, this is when we have the best of the best drivers at SDS come out and perform at their best.
So, in the meantime, guys, as you saw, we've been having some slight technical difficulties, but we're trying to get everything back in order so that way you guys can have an entertaining... Oh, wait a minute. I wasn't even on the host cam. That's a little bit embarrassing, but basically what I was trying to say is that we are having some technical difficulties and trying to get some things over here, trying to figure it out. But it looks like we do have one more time between Miguel and Zach there, so make sure that we stay tuned for that and we're paying attention to whatever, because we're trying to manage everything here. So I appreciate you guys sticking around. But now, here's Alex with his explanation of the one more time run.
So, neither one of them had enough to take it. We're going one more time. All right, drivers, you ready for the second half of this battle? first state driver versus a Key City driver right here.
Ooh.
All right, drivers, ready? Next ring.
All right, here we go. The first top 32 battle of SDS round 3, ladies and gentlemen. It is Endless's Devin Peabody versus Alex Domino in the black, white, and blue BMW. Here we go into the Dreamland corner as Devin throws out a massive line with Alex Domino matching angle and matching that proximity, catching right up, applying that pressure. Devin is just a swoosh of a top of the wall right there, keeping a clean line and consistent. Very nicely done. We're now going to swap over drivers with Alex in the lead and Devin in the chase.
All right, drivers, you ready? I have to look through the light component. Next ring.
Here we go. Alex in the lead. Devin in the chase. Wow, right off the gate, Devin is just diving into the side of Alex right now. I am just blown away. I can't even speak right now because look at the clean consistency that Devin has in the chase. Meanwhile, Alex gets a little bit aggressive with the wall and taps it, upsetting his car a bit. But Devin is just going to hunker on down and try to get inside of his head, which it seems he has.
All right, we got a winner. Devin moves on, unanimous.
Devin is going to be moving on into the top 16. Nicely done, Devin. All right, up next we have Diego versus Adam. So Diego, you're in the lead. Adam, you're in the chase. It is Toyota versus Toyota out here, but two opposing teams. We have Adam representing Team Endless with Diego representing Team Outrun. It's a battle for the teams, folks. Let's see what both drivers are going to do now that they are at the line.
Alex, I'm trying to share this on the page.
I got it. I'll be able to share it to the page.
All right,
You worried about the
drivers.
judging?
Next ring.
And here we go. The lights are down.
Oh,
Whoa, hold on. Anthony's calling out something. What'd you call out there? See, Anthony? No touching. As soon as you cross that red line, then you can touch. Just don't do anything weird.
all right,
Just
drivers. Fall
do
down.
something.
Ready? Next ring. Go. Oh,
That was on
that is two faults. That one's on Diego.
you're swinging right into
You
the
swing. You didn't even go out the gate. You just went right into his drive lane.
Diego's becoming a little bit aggressive. He wants all that. He wants every single bit.
past the thing and you hit field.
You have the right of way, but you can't cut him like that. All
You
right.
can't smack him in the face.
Let's see if we can get this going. Wait up. Next green.
There we go with a bit of an interesting two-time start, but now we are officially getting things rolling by the third time. And here we go with Diego in the lead. Wow, Adam trying to hunt down Diego in that Toyota Supra. That little Yaris is trying to run away and trying to outrun Endless right now, but Endless is breathing down his neck. Diego's going to keep a clean, consistent line. Adam almost looked like he over-rotated back there, but saved it in the chase. But now let's swap sides and see what he can do in the lead. Woo! The music is bumping and the cars are swinging sideways, folks.
All right, drivers, you ready? Next green.
With the green underway, here we go with Adam in the lead, Diego in the chase. A nice job, firstly, by Adam. Wow, running very deep on the line. Diego's right there in the chase, trying to catch up. There is some gap sauce being applied as they go into the wall ride, passing the intersection back there into the Dreamland crowd wall. Whoa, running wide and running high as Adam runs it all the way, rear bumper is close to the wall, into that outer zone, done beautifully as they cross the finish line.
All right. It looks like it's a unanimous decision. Adam moves on.
Adam's going to be moving on. Good job, buddy. Up next, we have Christian versus Michael, right? Is it Michael or is it pronounced something else? Anybody?
All right. We got a new driver versus a veteran driver here. Two nice black cars. Drivers, you ready? All right. Wait. Next green.
And here we go with Christian in the lead. I believe Michael in the chase. In that chaser body. With Christian leading past the wall. It looks really good as he swings into the outside zone, transitioning beautifully into the Dreamland zone. Michael's holding his own out here in the chase position. Looking pretty good in that black GTX 100. Beautiful all ride by both drivers. That was gas all around. But now let's swap sides and see what Michael can do in the lead and Christian in the chase.
All right, drivers, shake it off. Next green.
Here we go with the next green with Michael in the lead. Wow, a strong start into that outside zone, following the dotted lines exactly. Christian's keeping close as both drivers go into the wall ride, past into the Manji area, right into the Dreamland miniature crowd zone. We do miss that outside zone, but Michael's going to try and clean it up for this last wall ride. Ooh, swinging wide, but unfortunately, he's going to over-rotate, costing him this battle. But good job, great effort.
Quick position. 12 letter moves on. 12 letter moves on.
Really? That's what we're going with? 12 letter? We're just subjected to numbers? Hello.
First timer, that was really, really good.
Oh, absolutely, agreed.
What track you normally drive at, but good job.
Well, good job to Michael. And up next, we have Jay in the lead and Isaac in the chase.
That was one of those wall cars that the new guy came out here. If he would have had a different battle, I think he would have something else.
You think so?
Yeah, there's definitely some people that I think drive a little better on this track.
I see.
You guys ready? New drivers up. We got Isaac, we got Jay Wells. He's stretching right there. You don't want to pull a heavy on this one. Ready? Next screen.
And here we go with Jay in the lead. Nicely done in that first outside zone, delivering a massive lead line in that GR outrun body. Here we have Isaac in the chase, though, trying to close up the gap as they go from the Manji. Whoa! A little bit of a murderous attempt by Isaac in that Mitsubishi. Again, it's an all-wheel drive car, but the grip shouldn't be that quick to crash into that GR86. With a little bit of a rough start in the chase, let's now swap sides with Isaac in the lead and Jay in the chase.
All right. Oh, there we go.
Even though the nerves are up, it's okay. You can take it easy. You can take it easy out here.
Second half of this battle. Next screen.
All right, let's clean it up now. It looks like Jay is going to apply that chase pressure, trying to get into Isaac's head, but Isaac looks unfazed as they go into the wall. Woo! Keeping it close off that wall, though. Here we now go, transitioning into the Dreamland corner, passing the miniature crowd. Isaac is keeping it on the line. Jay, meanwhile, is keeping up that proximity as they go into the final candy cane wall ride.
That's pretty good. That was Jay. Moves on.
We are going quickly.
Outrun Team J moves on.
Up next, we got Gabe versus your cameraman, Julian. So that means those who are watching on the live stream, what's up? What am I writing down? Oh, I'm doing the workout?
Wow.
I would love to have a pen, but I don't have one currently right now. Who's got my pen?
There's a pen right there. There's a pen right there.
Where? Perfect. Thank you, Rob.
Rock it in, bro. You gonna lock it? Now you gotta unlock it.
Hey, Gabe, aren't you part of the team?
And we're at the battle.
What team? HRC?
chases.
We got one of our rookie first year.
I brought them, so you're welcome to have some. They're actually pretty decent.
Another rookie of the season.
You're glad the microphone was off.
HRC, Gabe from Virginia. All right, drivers. You ready? Wait up. Next screen. Wait. That's on me, Joe. You jump that.
Not the next green car, but the next green light.
Which, you know what? Correction. You couldn't jump the line. I messed that up. All right. Wait up. Next screen.
All right, here we go with Gabe in the lead and Julian in the chase. Gabe is going to lead a huge line right now, just walking bus lengths away from Julian right now. Julian is trying to put on quite the show in the chase, but wow, Gabe just rode a nasty wall ride in that shark-looking JZX. That suspension is definitely tuned for absolute beautiful power and beautiful traction.
Wow.
That shark is on the line like no other.
That's it.
What?
Don't work hard, please.
That's a BMW. It's a BMW. Fine, I'm just going to call it the shark because you guys put way too many liveries to make them unrecognizable.
All right, drivers, you ready?
Tell him, Rob.
Next green.
That's why I got glasses on. I can't see anything. I still can't see. But what I can see is that Julian is a little bit off track. 2 tires dropped off, but that's okay. He's going to try and clean up the line here. Wow. Wow, Gabe. Oh, my gosh. He's just absolutely dominating that rear bumper, trying to get close transitions. Oh, my goodness. He doesn't even need to be this aggressive, but he's still putting on one heck of a show. Wow. Even though Julian is giving him quite an interesting lead line, Gabe was not dropping off. And just like a shark, he's still going to attack whether it's a good swimmer or an interesting swimmer.
Gabe moves on. Gabe moves on. I can't believe he was that aggressive. He didn't need to.
Even in, wow, he's a shark at the end of the day. Sharks don't care. They'll be aggressive to anybody. But now, let's get the aggressive train rolling with Sean versus Block.
Alright guys, you ready? Sean versus Block. We got Drift Set versus a single man. Next screen.
The one-man show, the one man that'll throw down one bomber of a lap. Because here we go with Sean in the lead. Whoa, and Block already just arriving at the block party. Fists closed and throwing punches as he's in the chase position. Sean is on base though as they go through the wall, and across the chicane into the Dreamland outer zone. Beautifully done past the crowd, and Sean makes a smooth transition into the final outside wall ride zone. Looking good. Will he get to the dots? He keeps it close and off the wall, but into that final outside zone. Nice job, guys. Let's swap sides with Block in the lead, Sean in the chase.
Alright, drivers, shake off. Next screen.
Here we go with Block with a strong lead. Sean with a bit of an interesting approach to this chase. He's trying to cut the corners in order to catch up. There's a bit of a distance between the two of them, but the chicane is where all of that can be caught up as he dives right into the Dreamland area. Block is unfazed though as he throws out some huge angle, nearly wall riding all the way through. Ooh, barely missing the outside zone, but Block cleans it up and looks good all the way through.
You got something? Alright, I got an OMT. He's got an OMT. And you got an OMT. One more time.
Unanimously, one more time. Let's clean it up,
I'll
folks.
tell you what I saw on that while they get back lined up. I definitely, they did have full pulls, but not clean enough. Even in their both leads, they were offline and racing to the finish. And they could have won it back. Yeah, I did see that. But Block wasn't even in the battle in the first half of that to even help either. So clean it up, tighter, smoother, get online. Here we go. Next screen.
All right, here we go with now the drivers swap sides for the one more time battle. Sean's in the lead. He looks a little bit offline. He's not exactly following the dots, but he did get back on for that outside zone into the Manji. and beautifully, smoothly into the Dreamland corner. Here we now go following the dotted lines again. Sean's going to kick that rear end all the way out there. Will he follow the lines? He followed it a little bit too close and just nicked the wall a little bit. But Block had the consistency and the knowledge to stand a little bit back as Sean was leading that battle. And now it's Block's turn to lead and show him how to drive it.
Shake him off. Next screen.
Here we go in that beautiful blue RX-7, throwing out all the angle possible, lining up to the dots. Wow! Looking deep and looking wide as we go through the Wawa area, through the mid-chicane into the beautiful wall-riding Dreamland corner. Oh my gosh, Block. If you want to be invited to the Block party, make sure you go ahead and drive like that, because that is one heck of an impressive move by Block. Fortunately, Sean checked up a little bit towards the end there, but let's see what the judges
What are you
think.
doing? All right. I think it's unanimous. Drift set Block moves on. Drift set representative moves on.
Nice job, Block. We'll see you in top 16. But up next, it's your current points leader in SDS season. It is Will Gunter versus Dylan.
Wow, that's terrible.
That's terrible.
Yeah, I know, right? What happened to El Presidente?
Well, because a certain someone with Miguel is doesn't like when I say El Presidente of Quebec.
There you go.
See what I mean? You don't like it. But hey, I'm not here to please the crowd. I'm here to entertain myself most of the time.
Hold the plug on that boy.
What? I'm sorry, I can't hear you over the sound of my wonderful voice.
You guys ready? All right, here we go. Wait up. Next screen. Timeout.
Whoa, we got Godzilla running across the track.
Sorry, drivers. Next screen.
After that temporarily reset, here we go with your current points leader, Will in the lead, with Dylan in the chase. Both drivers are rocking in Nissans, but one is a good-looking elite drift shop in highlighter green. The other one painted by yours truly, Alex Creative. Let's see here. Will has an easy lead line with a smooth wall ride all across, just following the dotted lines, and Dylan trying his best to catch up. Dylan held his own out here in the chase, but let's see what he can do with the pressurization from the president of Quebec right behind him.
All right, drivers, shake it off. Next screen.
Will is using his real-life driving skills in order to defeat everybody in the SDS season. So let's see what he can do behind Dylan. Ooh, Dylan throws a little bit wide. Will is unfazed though and makes sure to correct accordingly so that way he's able to keep up with Dylan's driving style. Dylan throws it a little bit wide as he goes into the Dreamland corner, and unfortunately too wide where he over-rotated. But it's not done until he crosses the finish line. Nope. Okay, it looks like he almost over-rotated again, and the car is shutting down at that finish line.
Decision. Will moves on.
Will is going to be moving on into the top 16. That means you will see Will and whoever wins this battle go up against each other, which is Josh versus Matt. So Josh, you lead. Matt, you're in a chase. Woo! It is 180SX versus 180SX.
I'm right. Good job, Lisa.
Oh, thank you, Rob. Much appreciated. It's one of the most recognizable drift cars out there.
You ready, guys? Where's my there he is, right there. All right, guys. Next screen.
And with the next screen underway, we have Josh in the lead, Matt in the chase. Two hatchbacks going at it with each other, but let's see if they can mimic each other as we go into the wall. There seems to be some gappage going on, but whoa! It looks like Matt finally caught up to Josh as they go into the Dreamland corner and smoothly transitioning into the final outside wall zone. Is he going to follow that line to the outside? Yes, he will. And it looks like Matt just closed that gap up in the chase. And now let's swap sides and see what Josh can do as Matt leads him through the Rev D Dreamland track.
All right, back it up. All right, up.
I will need a water soon, so if anybody has that, that would be great.
You guys ready? Next screen.
Here we go with Matt in the lead. Josh in the chase. Wow, Josh already aggressive out of the gate, trying to hunt Matt down, but Matt is not giving in or giving up as they go into the Wawa zone, passing through the Manji into the Dreamland corner. Looking good as we do a smooth transition to this final outside zone. Looks like he's off the dots, but back on the dots and into that outside zone with Josh right on his tail. I will tell you this, your winner is driving a 180SX.
2 for Josh. 2-1. Josh moves on.
Josh is going to be moving on. Congratulations. We'll see you in the top 16. All right. Who do we got up next? It is another 180SX driver. The American man. The man fighting for your country and freedom. It's Ari in Team Apex Glide. By the way, Miguel, you are up and you're going against Ari. I will ask again if anybody. What's going on? Other side, line them up. All right. So if I call your name, just get your car ready because we got the second half of these battles going. We got Busani, Dante, Aiden, Lucky, Alex Kim, Rob, 412 Rob, by the way, E-Man, Mike, Whiskey, Andrea. Sorry, I'm trying to multitask at the same time. Andrea, Fritz, Mark, Samad, and we have 2 Robs. We got Rob R and Rob F. All right, folks, we are back from the break. We are going into the second half of this battle and getting ready to rumble. So let's go ahead and turn the camera to the other side. All right, looks like we're all set up over here.
All right, drivers.
We are alive and ready.
One. Oh, niggas, hold on, wait. All right, we got my two drivers at the line.
I think that means we're ready.
All right, here we go. Next screen.
Here we go with Ari in the lead, Miguel in the chase. Wow, really aggressive off the start. A little bit of an interesting line going left and right, but here we go now. Both drivers are cleaning up by the wall. A little bit of a touch from Miguel in the chase position, but Ari is unfazed as they go into the mini Dreamland stands. Now transitioning beautifully into this final outside wall zone. Wow, Ari is putting it all the way out there. Meanwhile, Miguel is putting up and keeping up that chase pressure. But now let's swap sides and see Miguel in the lead and Ari in the chase. A little bit of a clutch issue with the reverse gear. There we go.
Next screen.
Here we go with Miguel in the lead, leading the toxic drift train with Ari from Apex Glides in the chase. Wow, Ari is just absolutely on that door, matching angle and consistency as both drivers go into the wall, into the Manji. A smooth transition into the Dreamland miniature stand. Miguel's going to keep it all the way out there to the wall. Ari's going to follow close too. Will Ari be able to keep up with him as they go through the final candy cane zone? It looks like it as both drivers go across that final outer zone.
All right, here we go. 1, 2, and 3. Ari moves on, unanimous.
Ari's going to be moving on, meaning that he has cleaned up the toxicity and is moving up into the top 16. Up next, we have a pretty decent battle. We got Busani from Team Revdi versus Dante. What are you singing over there, Alex?
82 degrees up in here.
Well, y'all gonna make me lose my mind. Up in here, up in here.
All right, we got Dante versus
Busani. How'd you forget Busani?
I didn't
It's
forget
Busani,
Busani.
dude. My goodness. Sorry, Busani.
Next screen.
All right, here we go. It looks like now that we have Busani in the lead, it's going to be a fire lap, and especially with Dante in the chase to apply that pressure. Here we go as we go into the wall, and now into the Manji. A smooth transition into the Dreamland miniature corner. Oh, it looks like Dante got a little bit checked up there in the chase. Busani is leading a strong lead line, letting that suspension do some low rider action and staying glued to the line. Oh my goodness. It's like the car's on rails and it is just riding all the way through. But now let's swap sides with Dante in the lead and Busani in the chase.
All right, drivers. Next screen.
With the next screen underway, Dante is going to go wide into that first outer zone, following the dotted line. Busani is going to be right there in the chase, trying to apply the pressure as they go into the wall. Looking good. Busani is right there on the tail of Dante. Dante is unfazed as they go into the Dreamland corner. Looking good across the board. Dante is really cleaning it up, trying to stay consistent, trying to keep it all the way out there. Oh, but the pressure from Busani is getting to him as he almost over-rotates, but pushes it to the outside wall. Woo! Oh my goodness, it was getting hot in the final candy cane corner. But I think it might be unanimous. We know that Alex is taking a call. He's not prioritizing SDS, but I have a feeling we know who has won. Because Anthony, what do you got over there? Busani. Howie's got Busani over there. That's already 2-1, but it looks like Alex has got Busani, making it unanimous. Busani's moving on. And the crowd goes silent because we're all distracted and bored because Alex is taking his sweet, sweet time. But here we go into the sweet, sweet line of Aiden versus Lucky. Drift Set versus Toyo Tires. Now it looks like the cars are situated and in position. Alex, give him the go-ahead for that green. With the next green underway, here we go with Aiden in that 350Z. Beautiful outside zone right there. Lucky is going to be catching up very soon, it looks like, as we go into the Wawa corner. This is where all chase drivers are able to keep up, but it looks like Lucky had went into that wall a little bit too deep. But here's another opportunity as Aiden does a beautiful job in that lead. Looks like he goes slightly offline right now, but he keeps it close to that outside zone along with Lucky in the chase. But now, let's swap sides and see if Luck will be on Lucky's side as he's in the lead.
All right, drivers, wait it up. Next green.
Here we go for the second run around.
Bring it back.
Bring it back.
Contact on Aiden.
Aiden, I know you got that lower front lip, but be careful. Take it easy. Take it easy. Take a breather.
All right, drivers. Wait it up. Next green.
With the next green underway, and after that false restart, here we go with a beautiful mimic to mimic transition. Whoa, looks like Lucky's throwing it a little bit of wide as he throws caution to the wind into this dreamland zone. Nicely done. Aiden's backing off a little bit just to keep that consistency. Whoa, but he gets a little bit aggressive. Almost looks like Lucky over-rotates and Aiden clips that front bumper or makes contact with the front at least.
All right. It's unanimous, quick decision. Aiden moves on.
Aiden's going to be moving on. Very nicely done. Up next, we got Alex Kim from Team DM versus Rob from 412 RC Drift. Folks, I'd like to make an announcement that is officially the American Wasp, the BMW Yellow, Black, and Gold.
All right, drivers. You guys ready? Next green.
With the next green underway, it looks like we're going to have a fast fire start from Alex Kim. Almost looks like he drops a tire there, but he's going to throw it super wide and getting on that line. Rob is going to try and keep up in that Wasp BMW, the American Wasp, as they go into the Manji. Beautifully on the line by Alex as they go into the Dreamland corner. Beautifully done into that outside zone. Rob is following him very closely as they go all the way out. Alex Kim just absolutely dominating that wall ride. Putting that small 350Z body to use and getting super, super close. But now let's swap sides with Rob in the lead and Alex in the chase.
All right, drivers, wait it up. Next green.
With the next green underway, Rob is going to take charge in the lead. Alex Kim, right out of the gate, just hunting him down, trying to get on that door. Looks like a little bit of an interesting approach in that zone, but both drivers clean it up as they go through the wall zone, into the Manji, and now into the Dreamland fan corner. Look at that crowd cheering him on as he follows the dotted line to the T, Pac-Man style. Alex Kim is trying to keep up, and he's doing a phenomenal job by balancing, showing off, but also keeping that consistency. Nicely done, and we got the deciding factor here, gentlemen.
We got one, we got two, we got three. Unanimous. Alex Kim moves on.
Alex Kim is going to be moving on. Nicely done. Up next, it is your young prodigy from Apex Glide, E-Man versus Whiskey Mike.
All right, drivers, you ready? Next green.
Here we go with a fiery start from E-Man, the drifting rookie wizard kid, with Whiskey Mike hunting him down in that chase position. Really good mimic and getting really close and aggressive. Nicely done as they do a little bit of a touch and go from the kidney. But E-Man is going to throw some massive angle past the Dreamland crowd. And now going into the outside zone of the candy cane. He's going to throw some huge angle all the way. Whoa, looks like we're getting close into that outside zone. Beautifully done by our young prodigy. And now let's swap sides with Whiskey in the lead and E-Man in the chase.
All right, drivers. Ready to go? Next screen.
Next screen is underway with Whiskey throwing some huge angle out there. E-Man unfazed is going to be hunting down on that door. I can't speak right now because of how excited I am by this amazing driving by Emmanuel. Look at that bumper dive, getting super close to Whiskey Mike, but he backs off slightly, giving Mike some breathing room, but never mind, he just gets back down into his personal space, getting door-to-door action. Whiskey is unfazed, almost drops a tire slightly as they go across the line. Nicely done by both drivers.
Hey, I might need it.
Oh, looks like the judges are corralling together, which means they are unsure and undecisive about what exactly went down there. Basically, when the judges corral together, they look at the footage to see who exactly was either A, at fault or who did the best job overall. Now, I'd also like to take this time to say, if you haven't already bought your Scale Drift Series merch, make sure you go ahead and get a pre-order from Alex Jordan. We have two great options of cars featured on the t-shirts. We also have a basic Scale Drift Series t-shirt as well to support and represent the brand. We also, behind me, have the signing wall. So if you haven't been walking around or using your eyes, you can see that we have some silver and gold writing on that wall. You can put your name, your Instagram handle, or whatever, and just show your appreciation for the Scale Drift Series. And lastly, we have a DARC magazine downstairs if you'd like to purchase that. See what's going on in the RC drifting world and catching up on all the daily news stuff. Alex Jordan himself will sign your copy because he knows he is hot stuff and will sign away all the autographs. I want to make sure that you see those magazines on eBay for $50. What's that? Oh, really? Wow. Even magazines are getting bananaed? That's flipping hilarious. Well, if you have a banana on your car, well, I mean, we already let the secret out, but just know that it won't affect your car's performance. But Alex, what is the decision we have?
So we are going a one more time.
Woo, what's the reason behind it?
It was a tough one. It was 2-1. Anthony had Emmanuel. Me and Howie just could not come up with a good. No one really took it. Emmanuel takes this first turn really wide and then gets back on line. He did the best he could on that part, but when we switched sides, his chase was bad, and we gave that part to Whiskey. So we didn't see anybody could take it too much, so that's why we're going one more time.
All right, let's go ahead for the one more time then, and let's get this all situated and started up as the camera slowly pans to our one more time drivers. That's actually a good shot here,
Second
man.
half of this battle, you guys should be warmed up. Let's see what you got. Next screen.
With the duck and banana guiding E-Man's way, here we go into the one more time battle of E-Man versus Whiskey Mike. We're now going to the outside zone, getting a little bit touch and go into the Wawa, now into the Manji, and into the Dreamland crowd. Looking good from E-Man as always, but Whiskey Mike is applying that chase pressure, trying to mimic angle. Unfortunately, his rear bumper is going to make contact with that guardrail and mess up his run there in the chase. But let's see what he can pull together in this lead run now. Will E-Man choke up? Will Whiskey throw down a heater of a lead? Let's find out.
All right, drivers, you ready? Next screen.
And now Whiskey is going to be throwing a huge whisk of a outside transition, looking good and following the dots. E-Man is on top of those bumper-to-bumper transitions, making it look spicy for the crowd. Nicely done, mimicking the angle and proximity. Oops, checks up a little bit in order to regain the speed and proximity again. Whiskey Mike is doing a great job on that lead. And E-Man is just throwing down that chase. Wow, all the way through. And with that, the young prodigy E-Man is moving on, and he fought all the way till that last end. Up next, we have Andrea versus Fritz. It is GR Corolla versus GR Corolla, folks.
Oh, hold on, give a hand to me so you got the right car. There we go.
Thank you, thank you. I'll be here all night, folks. When it's recognizable and not just plastered with stickers, I can recognize it.
We got 2 cheaters out here. 2 cheaters.
Oh, what do you mean we got 2 cheaters?
Look at this.
Now, body's the body.
Ah.
Hey, Judge, what are you doing, man?
Hey, I better see some really good bumper-to-bumper transitions from both of you guys. Like, I'm talking like sniff. What's that?
I just work here.
Nice.
Alright. You guys ready? Hold on, I got some. Alright, drivers. Next screen.
All right, here we go with Andrea in the lead. Fritz in the chase. We got a battle of the GR Corollas out here. Whoa! I thought Andrea was going to slip on her own banana peel and over-rotate there, but no, she's got the car under control as they go into the Manchi and now into the Dreamland Zone. Hyping up the miniature crowd right there as she goes for a smooth wall ride. Here we now go for the second wall ride into this beautiful outer zone. Whoa! A little bit of a wall tap from both drivers. Both Corollas they seem to be fine. I think the drivers are fine too. But let's find out what happens. Oop, I lost camera footage. Bring it up back, Julian. There we go. Nice. Now the viewers at home can see what's going on.
Alright, drivers, you ready? Okay. Wait it up. Next screen.
Here we go with a great start from Fritz. Nicely done in that outer zone. Andrea's hunting him down in that GR Corolla from DM Drift. Here we go from the Wawa zone into the Manji. Nice, Andrea. That's what I'm talking about, that bumper-to-bumper transition. Let's see if she can get back on there, and it looks like she is. Here we now go into the final outside zone. It's going to be a close one, folks. She's getting aggressive. She is right there on that door. She goes all the way to the wall, to the outside. Oh, my gosh. Wow. Pulling it together at the end. That looks beautiful on camera. Just digging into the side of that car. Wow, Fritz. Good job in the lead with Andrea. That was a smoking chase right there towards the end. I can't see.
She's better than Alex.
Ooh.
And by the way, they're not talking about me. They're talking about her man.
Right, sure, totally. But it's even worse either way.
Andrew moves on.
Wow. Andrew's going to be moving on. That's impressive. Very impressive. What?
Right, the next battle, who wins?
Wow.
Get my car ready.
All right, up next.
Mark Charleston, Roughhouse versus Team Outrun Samad.
It looks like the roughhouse crew is going to get rough with Mark C behind the wheel. Yeah, if you ain't driving, stand the freak back. I can't say the F word because we're live, and I don't want to get demonetized and kicked off Facebook.
Alright guys, you ready? Hold on, we're waiting on my voice mark. You ready? Okay. Next screen.
Just like Roughhouse is going to be leading the pack now in that outside zone. Ooh, with a good transition into the Wawa area. Looks like some gaps off some being applied right now by Mark. And an aggressive JR86. Mon's got to do his best to catch up in the chase position in that Toyota Chaser. Got that far right there very much. Now we go into the outside game zone. Monaco's going to go all the way. Does slightly miss the outside zone. And Simon, unfortunately, not close enough in the chase.
Alright, drivers. Okay. Next screen.
And with the next green underway, Samad in the lead, Mark in the chase. As Samad's team does say, whoa, what just happened? I thought Samad, because he's part of Team Outrun, he was going to outrun Mark, but no, Mark outhoused him, and instead both drivers now swap positions, and I'm utterly confused, because now both drivers have technically 0 back there. But Samad shoved out in the lead, then Mark clipped the wall.
We got 1, we got 2, we got 3. Mark moves on. That was a 0-0. One person over rotates, one person hits the wall. But we do have a clean first full pull, so Mark moves on.
This is true. Mark is going to be moving on. And up next, we got 2, that's right, 2 double Robs up at the podium. Not the podium, the line. That's what it is.
You got one fish odor versus the Rain Man.
Your winner is Rob. Thank you. At least someone is getting it. Oh, look! Deciding factor. I got 1 for Rob. I got 2 for Rob. I got 3 for Rob. Rob automatically moves on. I don't care anymore about that.
All right. Are you guys ready? Wait it up, wait it up, wait it up. Next screen.
This is your final battle, folks, of the top 32. Let's see what Rob Rayner does in the lead, followed by Rob Fischetti. Looking good so far, Rob Rayner in the lead, following the dotted line as always. Rob Fischetti is going to be hunting him down in that chase position as they go into the wall zone, into the Manji. Wow, Rob Rayner is looking great in the lead right now. Rob Fischetti is hunting him down to the chase. This is a very impressive battle of the Rogers out here as we go into the final outer zone. Both drivers keeping it consistent. Both drivers are trying out some huge angle. Oh my gosh, Rob Rayner is stepping up to the plate. Rob Fischetti hunting him down to the chase. Goodness gracious, I have never been so hyped up for the battle of the Robs. This is an all
right, drivers.
Rob war.
You ready? Hold it up. Next screen.
One of these guys is robbing for the chance to get into the top 16. So let's see who will steal or rob the opportunity. Is it Rob or Rob? We're about to find out with Rob Fischetti in the lead going into the wall area. Rob Raines has to catch up in that chase position. Both drivers are just smoothly going at it right now. It looks like Rob Raines is catching up in the chase position with Rob Fischetti throwing down a nice lead line as they go into the candy cane wall. He goes to the outside zone. Rob Raines back to the last second. But your winner, folks, he's got white wheels. Both start with the letter R-O-B, but the last name is the difference.
He's got an OMT.
Oh.
I don't know which Rob he's got, but I got Rain Man.
I swear.
It looks like we don't have a decision by the 3rd judge.
It might be one more time.
We got an OMT.
Wow.
2-1 one more time.
We're going back at it again with 2 Robs fighting for it at the top 32. Remember, guys, this is the last battle before the top 16. What are we booing about now? Yeah, Rob nearly almost won that. I saw what you did there, but
you
can't
guys
see the
ready?
rest of it.
Alright, guys. Next screen.
That automatic censorship is crazy, but here we go with the battle of the Robs again. Rob Raines up front, Rob Fischetti in the chase. Beautiful transition of bumper to bumper as Rob Raines leads him with a strong lead line. Rob Fischetti hunting him down at the wall. Into the lounge we go, and out into the Dreamland fan corner. Nicely done into that outside zone. Rob Fischetti is going to hang back a little bit in that chase. Rob Raines is going to do a nasty job at lead line. Just sweeping it through all the way into that final zone. That looks fantastic. But now, let's swap sides and see what Rob can do in the lead. Or what Rob can do in the chase. I will rob every single opportunity to make all sorts of Rob runs. So stand by and be patient.
Alright, Jarvis, you ready? Here we go. Wait it up. Next screen.
All right, here we go into the first outside zone with Rocky Shetty in the lead. Rob Reigns in the chase, doing a really good job. It's almost a mimic of what happened in both times of the battle. Rocky Shetty throwing down a nice lead, but Rob Reigns is holding his ground in the chase. Let's see if he can close up that gap even more. It looks like he is. Lost a transition as he's going to dive into the wall. Oh, what happened, Rob? Which Rob? I'm confused. Did Rob beat Rob or Rob robbed him?
All right, I got Rain.
One Rain?
I got 2. I got 3. Rain Man moves on.
Rob Rain is raining down on the competition and moving into the top 16. Folks, we got your top 16 bracket ready to rock. So when I call your name, make sure your car is ready to roll. You want to start calling them top 16 drivers? All right, if I say your name, make sure your car is ready to roll. Because up first we got, it's Endless versus Endless for our first top 16 battle, Devin versus Adam. On deck, we're going to have Christian versus Jay, Gabe versus Block, Will versus Josh, Ari versus Busani, that's going to be one heck of a battle, Aiden versus Alex K, E-Man versus Andrea, that's going to be an interesting one, and then lastly, Mark versus Rob. So if I just called your name, please bring your cars onto the track for one heck of a top 16. Also, to confirm, that is a BMW over, right? Thank you for keeping me accountable. I want to make sure I know what cars I'm talking about and not to misrepresent. Especially because, Gabe, your car looks really nice. Also, thank you very much for the waters again. Very much appreciative.
Oh, here we go. Let's get this shit going. All right, we got Devin versus Adam. I need you guys in that shoot. Devin versus Adam is on the line. We got Chris 12 letter versus Jay. Gabe versus Block. Will versus Josh.
And on the second side, we got Ari versus Musani, Aiden versus Alex
Where's my boy Jay?
E-Man versus Andrea, and lastly, Mark versus Rob.
All right, we moving. I like this.
Let's keep it rolling.
You have a 32 video? I mean, a top 16 video? Did you separate it?
It's the same thing unless you want me to stop the live stream
Are
now.
we in the top 16?
Yeah,
Yeah, then start a new video, top 16.
sure thing. All right, folks, as you see, we are going to be heading into the top 16. So thank you very much for watching Top 32. And we'll see you in the top 16, which is going to be right after. So make sure you're refreshing the page because we'll be right back.